Welcome to Moments in the Word. I'm James Tyler, your host, and this afternoon we'll be reading from Jeremiah chapter number 8, verses 17 through 18. For behold, I will send serpents, cockatrices among you, which will not be charmed, and they shall bite you, saith the Lord. When I would comfort myself against sorrow, my heart is faint in me. As we look at this text here, we see that God warns Judah of unavoidable judgment because of their stubborn rebellion. The serpents are a vivid image of consequences that can't be avoided or manipulated away. Jeremiah's lament in verse 18 shows the prophet's deep grief, not just over the pain itself, but over the spiritual drift that it caused it. Through Jesus here, we see that this passage takes on a redemptive dimension. Here's how we can live it out loud today. In Jeremiah's day, the serpent symbolized inescapable judgment. In our day, sin still has a sting, but Jesus became the one lifted up like the bronze serpent in the wilderness, so that anyone who looks to him in faith is healed. Living it out loud means naming sin honestly in ourselves and in our communities without softening it, and pointing people to Christ as the only cure. So, as we let grief move us to intercession, not in cynicism, we see that Jeremiah's heart was sick because he loved his people enough to feel their pain. Jesus embodied this perfectly. He wept over Jerusalem and bore our griefs. Today, we can live this out by allowing the brokenness around us to stir prayer, compassion, and action instead of detachment and judgmentalism. Jeremiah didn't dilute God's warning, but his lament showed he wasn't speaking from superiority. He was standing in the gap. In Christ, we must speak truth with tears, not with pride. This means addressing spiritual drifts in our families, workplaces, and churches with a posture of humility and a vision for restoration. Our culture often hides grief or sanitizes it. Jeremiah models a godly lament that is public, honest, and God-direct. Through Jesus, lament is never the end of the story. It's a doorway to resurrection hope. Living out loud means we do not pretend everything is fine. We show the world that it looks like what it looks like to grieve with hope. Today, we want to also point out practical rhythms for today for us to not only examine ourselves, but to live it out. Daily examination is important. End each day asking, where did I drift from God's heart today? And where did I see his mercy? Keep a list of people or communities far from God and pray for them with Jeremiah's kind of compassion. Share not just your victories, but also the struggles and how Christ meets you there. Invite trusted believers to speak into your life when they see signs of drift. I'm James Tyler, coming to you live from the Castle Studios, and welcome again to Moments in the Word. God bless.